in this screencast, we're going to take a look at the following learning objectives. We're going to ensure that we can identify the different roles for editing a document. We want to ensure that we can identify the different modes for editing the document. And we want to ensure that the user can identify how to use the commenting features of a Google Doc for those purposes. In the first learning objective, identifying the various roles for editing, we'll need to access the sharing menu. And as of now, we can see that the only person who can edit this document is myself. So I'm going to go ahead and click the share button. And now I can enter the names or email addresses of someone who I wish to collaborate with me. In this case, I'm going to collaborate with a different email address of my own. And what's important here is that over here on the right, I can select the different ways in which I would like to have a collaborator edit the document. So I can give them full editing rights in which they can change anything on the document. I can give them commenting rights, which means that they can add comments on the side, which we'll cover in a little bit, or viewing only opportunities. In this case, I'm going to allow myself to edit the document fully. And I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And so in this way, another person can come in and can add comments to the document itself. The second learning objective for this particular screencast is to identify the different modes. And so I can throw the document into multiple modes by clicking here on the editing mode in the upper right-hand corner of my screen. And I can throw this into view only mode, in which case it's basically looking at it as it would be published. If I change it to suggesting mode, what that does is it allows me to go ahead and add suggested edits to this. So if I were to click in here and type in, note that it's going to show the changes that I made to the document. And down here, I might say, consider adding a few more sub-objectives. And what's cool about this is that if my colleague, or myself in this case, like that, they could simply click the little check mark, and by accepting the suggestion, it now makes the change. So notice how the O in various here has been added for spelling purposes. If I click accept suggestion, it now becomes a part of the document itself. Our third objective is and I'm going to go ahead and change this from suggestion mode back into editing mode. And I'm going to get rid of this suggestion. And the third thing here is now that I have a collaborator in the document, I can go ahead and add comments. And so if I want to add a comment specifically for somebody, I can highlight text, and I can use the keyboard shortcut Control-Alt-M, and a little pop-up window on the right is going to show a comment window. And if I hit the plus sign and add the name of the collaborator, it's going to specifically add it to them and say, what else should go here? I also can assign this as a task to that person. So what will happen is it will show up in their inbox as a task for them. And I go ahead and click assign. So this is a way that we can add both comments and assign tasks to collaborators on a specific document. When I go ahead and assign that, it will show up there, and then I could flip over and go ahead and jump in and complete the task. And so for the purposes of this particular tutorial, we covered the way that we can identify the various roles through the sharing function. We've identified the different modes for editing, so editing, commenting, and editing, suggestion, and viewing. And then we covered the way that you can use the comment features to both comment on a document or assign individual tasks to the document as well.